Hello and welcome back. This is Take It to the Hizzy Fantasy Football TITTH number 218. I am your host, Justin Bruni. Joining me as always is my co-host, Emran Khan. Good morning and happy Super Bowl Sunday, sir. How are we doing? I got you on mute. Rebuff that real quick.
All right, now we're off mute.
Now we're off. Now we're off and running.
It's been 3 years, still can't figure out the mute button, right? But yeah, man, I'm super pumped, bittersweet, right? It's Super Bowl Sunday, great matchup. Two teams that, different points, people thought the Rams would make it, but the Bengals caught everybody by surprise. So really pumped for the matchup. Super bummed that it's the last game of the year, right? But hopefully we go out with a bang.
Yeah, absolutely. Two fun teams. Hopefully both teams have fun. Looking forward to a really good matchup today. Should be a big one. Very excited. Any plans for the big game? You doing anything fun?
No, then gonna hang out with Sarah's fan for a little bit, then my fan for a little bit. Just enjoy the game, right? Eat a lot of good food.
It's a holiday. It's like Christmas. Spend some time with this portion of the family. Spend the second half with the other portion of the family. You got to get after it.
Exactly, man. I kind of wish it was next week because next Monday's President's Day. So we would have had the day off, which it is what it is. But super pumped, man.
Yeah, we got the game a little bit earlier. It's not like we're going to be, staying up until midnight like a normal, Monday night football game on the East Coast.
What if we go to overtime, Justin? What if we go to overtime?
I mean, how many overtimes we got to go to? I mean, the game starts at 6:30. You know what I'm saying? We should not be hitting
a little bit longer, right?
I don't know. We should not be hitting 11 p.m. East Coast, though. I'm hoping not.
We might, man, because I think it starts at 6:30, right? And I think halftime. It could happen because I think halftime, I know in regular games it's like 10, 15 minutes. I'm pretty sure like Super Bowl it's like 30 to 45 minutes because it's a full-blown concert almost.
Well, pretty much, yeah. They're rolling out everybody out in this one. We'll definitely have some halftime props coming up here in the show. But before we dive into the fun stuff, let's actually just go over the game. Who's going to win the Super Bowl here? Yeah. Let's go through some of our picks. Right now, I believe we're looking at minus 200 in favor of the Los Angeles Rams playing this one at home. They are minus 4.5 favorites on the spread, and the total in this game is at 49. So let's start with the spread, Emran. Which direction are you going here at 4.5?
It's pretty easy for me. This year, 6 times the Bengals were 3-point or higher underdogs. Not only did they cover all 6 times, they won outright, and 2 of those are against the Bengals. 2 of those the Bengals beat the Chiefs, I should say. So I'm riding with the Bengals again, man. What they're doing right now is insane. It's a young team, but they're just knocking down every obstacle. Before this year, they hadn't won a playoff game, any playoff game in 31 years. They also had never won a road playoff game. They won 2 this month or in January. So this team is on fire. They're playing good football. What the thing will concern me though, right, is if you think back to their Tennessee game, what the Tennessee defensive line did, which is a damn good defensive line. Rams is just about up there. They're pretty equal, obviously, with Donald and Miller.
Right.
So how are they going to game plan for that, right? Obviously, Zach Taylor saw that game. When they played the Chiefs have a decent line, with Chris Jones, but they only had 1 sack. So is Aaron Donald going to wreck the game, right?
Right.
I'm still going to ride with the Bengals on, man. I think they're going to do it.
If I bet on the Bengals to beat the Chiefs, I just don't see myself betting on the Bengals not to beat the Rams. You know what I mean? Like if I've come this far, if I've bet them every game so far, why stop now? They're the value pick, whether you're taking them on the points, whether at 4.5, whether you're getting them on the money line at plus money. Right now they're at plus 180. Love that pick. Just taking them straight up. 4 points is 4 points, but you're getting much better value back there. I trust them. I think that they're going to hold off Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd as well. You don't want to forget about him. Yeah. He has 7+ sacks on the season. I think Von Miller has like 4.5. So they make a nice little tandem up there. But I feel like people are kind of forgetting about the defensive line for the Bengals here. Hendrickson, Hubbard, Larry
Ogunjobi, DJ Reader. They're not.
He's been a wrecking ball. He's been playing pretty well down there as well. So I'm going with the Bengals here. It's really hard for me to count them out. That big comeback that we saw up against the Chiefs, the adversity that they faced with the Titans, taking all those sacks. I don't think that they're going to go above, 5.5 sacks by any means like that. I mean, I think that we could see, a couple early. I think that the Rams are going to be rolling. They're playing in their own house for a Super Bowl. The nerves, I feel, are going to be a little bit less so for them, at least to start this one. I kind of see this game playing out similarly to the Chiefs game, where the Bengals may have a slow start, but in the long run of this game, I expect them to come out on top. We've also seen Matthew Stafford struggle at certain points, specifically at the end of this season, and I think there's a lot of good tape for the Bengals to have covered in the past 2 weeks, from the Rams' woes in the second half versus the Bengals, and the first half up against the 49ers. They started the Bucs game well and they finished the 49ers game well, but there was kind of that gap in there where they weren't really putting good football together in a total of 4 quarters. Like I said, the end of the Bucs game and the beginning of the 49ers. So I think there's a lot of tape there, and the 49ers, they were able to slow them down quite a bit. I think that Zach Taylor, he's going to have a couple of tricks up his sleeve, to attack that defensive line and that up front rush of the Los Angeles Rams. Let's not forget that Zach Taylor, he was with the Rams in 2018 and 2019 when they drafted Cooper Kupp, or if he was, I don't know if he was drafted or just signed.
He was his rookie year.
Yeah. That was the year that Zach Taylor was the wide receivers coach, or assistant wide receivers coach, excuse me. And then the following season, he was a quarterbacks coach. As a quarterbacks coach, you got plenty of experience trying to slow down Aaron Donald in practice. You know what I mean? Like that's something that he had to go through as a part of his position as a quarterbacks coach. Same thing goes for trying to slow down Cooper Kupp, who's going to be like a madman on the field. I'm going to be taking all of his props today, but that doesn't mean that he may not be slowed down a little bit. Zach Taylor is going to be pretty familiar with him and what he can do and his skill set.
And one thing I just want to talk about real quick, Justin, because I think I'm a little bit guilty of this as well. Like, one of the things that we've been talking about with the Bengals, right? Obviously, you'll see me Bears fan, but you see what jersey I'm wearing today, right? Shout out to the guy Joe Burrow. But their last 2 playoff games, right? They won on the road, right? They beat the number 1 seed and the number 2 seed in the AFC, right? How did they win those games? They won because of their defense. They had a turnover and interception against Tennessee, set up the field goal. In overtime, Patrick Mahomes got the fall first, but their defense did what the Bills' defense, which was ranked number 1 all year, couldn't do. Not only did they stop him, they took the ball away. So that defense is very opportunistic, like you mentioned. And one of the things that they did really well against the Chiefs was they didn't blitz Mahomes at all. They just sent 4 and sacked back 7. And that caused a lot of problems. They scored 3 points in a half in overtime. When was the last time you saw that happen to the Chiefs? That doesn't happen. That's such a prolific offense. How did they do that? And like they're playing really good ball with Jesse Bates, Von Bell. Even Eli Apple is playing good. Like Eli Apple of all people. Like he's playing good. Nearly had a pick 6 to end it. So I think they're going to match up really well. Cooper Kupp is great. Odell's great. I think they'll definitely get theirs. But, Stafford has had his turnovers. He's looked like the Detroit Stafford sometimes. Last week, Jaquiski start, or 2 weeks ago, that could have ended the game. That could have been the Niners being in the Super Bowl if Jaquiski catches that ball and returns that interception, right? So I think Stafford's going to be good for one as well.
I do like Stafford to throw a pick today. I could also see Burrow throwing a pick as well. You have 2 passing offenses that are both top 10 in passing yards and passing touchdowns. So I'm expecting some fireworks here, tailing off of that. What do you think about the total of 49 points? A lot of the smart money, a lot of the sharps are on the under here. I'm feeling like we're still good to sail over 49.
I'm over too. I'm over. I don't buy it. I don't know if they're trying to buy the number down or what. But I like 49.5. I think the offenses are there. And, like I said, this game might go to overtime. So I think we could definitely hit that over.
I just look at their previous matchups up against teams that have, I wouldn't say prolific passing offenses, but pass heavy offenses. And the score is always going over the total 27-24. I could see a 30-27 game, 32-27. But I like the Bengals in this one, 27-24. That's what I see coming out on here. Give me an Evan McPherson, field goal, bang it home.
He's been doing it all year.
Can kick it from half field, midfield. No big deal.
He's 12 for 12, I think, right now in the playoffs.
I don't know the stretch, but it's been a while since he's missed a kick. It's been a while. He's definitely feeling himself. So.
Yeah, he's not scared of the moment at all.
Any value on like the half? Taking any first half, first quarter action, anything like that you're interested in?
First half, I do agree with you that I
Where
do think it's going to be similar to the Chiefs in the AFC conference, where I think the Rams may start out a little bit hotter. So in the
Mhm.
first half, I think I would take I don't have the number in front of me, but I would probably take the Rams in the first half on the spread. I think
Right.
they might start out a little bit quicker. We know they're playing in a home Super Bowl technically, but that stadium's a joke. They get infiltrated with the away fans a lot. I've already seen
Mhm.
reports of it looks like it might be more than 50-50.
Right.
So, I don't think it'll be like what it was in Tampa last year, where it was really a Bucks home game. So,
Mhm.
I think the first half, I think the Rams, I think they'll cover the spread in the first half. It's probably not a lot. It's probably what is it, 3.5, 4?
I can't find it actually. I was trying to find it on that FanDuel link that we have here, and I can't break it down by the quarter. Bet
Yeah,
online will not give me the half option. If
DraftKings, I'm going to pull that up. They're usually a little bit quicker. They're the
yeah,
only
every
book
time
that
I
lets you
change it,
get in.
the number stays the same. The
Yeah,
only other thing
Pabs.
I was going to comment about LA is that it costs so much to go to the game. It's just kind of like a luxury item for residents of
Yeah,
Los Angeles. You know what I mean? Like you're going to see like not a billion, but a lot of celebrities there. You're going to
yeah,
see your fandom around the arena, and obviously they're not going to have as much interest in the game. They're not going to be jumping up and down, being noisemakers.
yeah.
They're there for the brands. Kind
It,
of just
that really bums me out, man. When you look at the price of these tickets, like if you're a diehard fan of these teams, I mean, if
right.
you're an average person in America, you can't go to this game. I think it's like 7,000 to get in the door.
Yeah.
That's to get in the door. Like it's just insane. It's a bummer. But I did get the number for the first half. It is 3.5. I'm sorry, three. Just three in the first half of the Rams, -3. And the
Yeah.
over under is 23.5. I actually like the under in the first half. I think this is going to be a second half game. So I'd go under Rams -3 for the first half.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, riding your coattails there. Give me the under for the first half and give me the Rams by -3 in the first half. I think they'll, like you said, just get a little bit of a better jump. They're playing at home, a little bit less nerves. JB and the Bengals, they could come out maybe stall on the first drive or two, and then he's going to get his guys revved up, because they're going to be cool, calm, collective to start, but the place is going to be roaring. Give it a couple of drives, the place will settle down. People need a beer too. They'll take their couple of walks, and
Yeah.
the Bengals will start rolling back. So I like those first half picks as well. And yeah, 23.5. I feel like that's kind of a high number for the 49, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like it should be around like 21, like 21.5.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's way too high.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that makes sense kind of, usually if the number in the game is like 49 or 48, they're going to split the halves, right? To get to
Right.
that number, you got to score this half. But I don't know. I just think that's really good value because I definitely think this is going to be like maybe, like 10-7 in the first half or something, or like 13-7. And I think the
Yeah.
13-10, but I think it'll really pick up like in the second half.
Yeah, I was thinking like a 7. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking 17 in my head for some reason, but that would definitely go over.
Yeah, I mean,
If one of
13-10
them
would
has
be under,
17.
and I could see that being a really viable score.
All right. Well, let's jump into some props now. Let's get into some action. I know that's what everybody's definitely chasing today. Hell of a season. Playoffs have been great teams. Let's hope for a really good Super Bowl. Go Burrow.
That's my buddy Rodrigo. What's up, Rodrigo?
Morning, sir. Morning, sir. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. I got my coffee out in my Mando cup. Got a nice little Starbucks vanilla bean latte mixed with some vanilla Crown. Yeah, good start to the day, let me tell you.
Starting early. I love it.
It's going to be a long day. This is like my first of like 3 or 4 shows to do. I got to record a hockey thing. I'm going to be on a couple other shows today. So, yeah, I'm going to need a couple more of these, I think. Feeling loose, feeling right. Before we go any further, please be sure to smash the like button and share the video. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Let's take off here with some props. We're going to be going back and forth. Let's start with just some straight up player props before we get into like the entertainment sector. The halftime goodies. Let's just go with catches. What do you think about Cooper Kupp at 8.5?
I think I'm going to go with the over. That's an extremely high number, but I think this game, I think they're going to really, I wouldn't say manufacture touches, but they're going to find a way to get him the ball and get him involved. I do like his catches to go over.
I like the over 8.5 as well. 8.5 as well. I think he's going to be used a lot in this game. I love the depth of the Bengals secondary. You mentioned Eli Apple, Chidobe Awuzie, Mike Hilton, Trey Flowers, Trey Waynes, Vernon Hargraves. Like they're actually pretty deep back there. Like none of those names like really boom and pop out at you, but just constantly having fresh legs to throw out on the field, a good amount of experience from that group as well. But I don't think they're going to be enough to slow down Cooper Kupp from the over 8.5. I really like it. What do you got?
So I think I like some of these sneaky props. So there's one I think you had noted as well. Van Jefferson sitting at 2.5. It's
he's in a same game parlay. I have.
Yeah, and that was one that caught my attention. And then another one that caught my attention. These low numbers are really interesting to me. Is the one for Samaje Perine. He's primarily the receiving back for the Bengals, right? His was a number I think depends. Some books don't have it, some have it, and it's around 3.5 rushing. So basically, he's going to get a carry or two, right? And so that's one, where, I think he'll get it, right? I think he'll get that carry.
It's just how many carries? It's just 1 or 1.5.
I'm sorry, it's not carries. It's rushing yards, 3.5. He hasn't had any yards in his last 2 games.
Yeah, I feel safer taking the reception prop, which I think is higher, around like 20 or so yards, like 23.
Yeah,
I think I have that on an underdog parlay as well. Staying with the Rams side, what do you think about Kendall Blanton? He's looking at 3.5 catches. He had 5 in their last game up against San Fran. No Tyler Higbee. I like it.
I think so too, because he's been surprisingly productive for them when he's gotten the ball. It's very athletic. Like he caught him off guard, and I think he scored the first touchdown a couple weeks ago. So 3.5. Yeah, I'll take the over because he's a tight end, and I think the Bengals defense, we talked about how good they are, but I think they can be had at the linebacker position. So I could see him getting a couple dump offs. I could take that over.
I was going to say that the dump offs would be viable up against that pass rush that we mentioned: Ogunjobi, Hendrickson, Sam Hubbard. Hendrickson, has 14 sacks this season. He has more sacks than Aaron Donald.
Yeah, he's amazing, man. And that's one of the what was it? The signings that everybody thought might be a bust. Like, he had a fluke season with the Saints. No. This dude's the real deal.
I feel like he had 12 plus sacks with the Saints too. I feel like he had like a.
That's how he got the contract. He had like
that's what I was gonna say. I feel like that's how he made a splash. Yeah. He's been solid, man. Fun player to watch. Let's see, Samaje Perine. I like him over the 1.5 we mentioned. Tyler Boyd. I feel like there's going to be some opportunity for Boyd today, or do you think it's going to be even more so a bigger Higgins day? I like Boyd's numbers at 4.5.
I like Boyd to go the over because I think the Rams, what they're going to do, what they usually do, right? They put Ramsey on the best receiver. So they're going to put him on Chase. I don't think that necessarily means Chase is going to be shut out. I think Chase will be fine. It's going to be tough for him. He's going to have to work for it. But again, there's only one Jalen Ramsey. Tyler Boyd works out of the slot. And I don't like the matchup for that matchup for the Rams at all. I think this could be a game where he gets 4.5. It's 4.5 is a number, right?
4.5, yeah.
I think this is like a 6-7 catch game for him. I think just like we just talked about with Blanton, I think him out of the slot with the slants, unders, I think he will definitely make his mark on this game.
I feel like that's the case. I've been hearing a lot of positive stuff from the Bengals and Tyler Boyd in recent days. A little bit of extra upside with CJ Uzomah, coming in with I think it's a sprained MCL. It looks like he's going to play, but if there's a couple of less snaps for him and Drew Sample's on the field, more than likely, Tyler Boyd's going to get that extra look, over Drew Sample, I think. T. Higgins, he's at 5.5. I still love him to clear that number as well. What do you think?
Yep. I think T. Higgins is one I think that could have a splash game. What I mean by that, I think you could see him go over 100 yards because I think as good as Chase has been, I think people have forgotten a little bit how special Higgins is too. I could see him getting a big play. He's a monster, man. He's like 6'4". That's going to be a problem. I think, again, Ramsey and him would be a good matchup, but Ramsey can't cover him and Chase. And so they're obviously going to prioritize Chase. So I think Higgins could be – what was his number actually?
It was at 5.5.
I'm going to do something a little bit. I think I would actually go under for his catches, but over for his yards. I think he's going to get a big play.
Listen to these yardage, because I feel like this yardage formula or math, if you will, is kind of signaling that he will go over it, because his yardage is at 63 yards is at minus 385. To hit 73 yards, it's at minus 120. You're at plus money at 83 yards. When you look at Tyler Boyd, to get the similar amount, Jesus, for Tyler Boyd to get 93, it's plus 415.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get that. I think it's because it's the type of player they are, right? Boyd's more of that under possession receiver. Higgins has that big playability. Higgins can get 40, 50 on one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's plenty of value here for that. So, I mean, I don't know. I see the yardage kind of signaling that he's going to have more catches, that he should go over that number. With Tyler Boyd, it's signaling that he should have lower catches, but I feel like we're both confident that he'll go over those. So we're getting better value on the yardage. 63 yards plus for Boyd, which I think is very doable, very, very much in his wheelhouse today, is at plus 135. So I like that a lot. What prop you got up in front of you? What are you looking at?
So here's one that I really like. We were talking about, and this is one where I've been thinking the last 2 weeks. I'm happy we had that week off to kind of think about like some of these props. It's a lot of this stuff. I'm trying to be as commonsensical. Sarah says that's not a real word, but I think it is.
Challenge.
As possible.
I challenge her.
So the reason I say that is, we think the Rams they're gonna cause pressure, right? I'm not saying how many sacks they're gonna get. That D-line, that's a mismatch, right? I think Joe Burrow showed against the Chiefs. He's got mobility. He's not Lamar Jackson, but he can run. He's got some wiggle. His rushing prop the last 2 playoff games was 8.5. Mm-hmm. This week it's 11.5, and I'm taking the over because I think he's going to have to scramble a couple of times, and he has the ability when he gets out of the pocket. He's not looking to go down. He has some speed where he can, get a 10, 15 yarder. So the 11.5 for him, I like, and I do also like the Stafford for 5.5. I think Stafford is gonna he's not gonna. I think he may have a couple of situations where he'll probably have a sneak here or there where he'll get 1 or 2 yards, and I think he'll probably have a 5-6 yard scramble on a play to extend it. So I like the over for both of them.
I like the under for Stafford, actually. I think that he's going to be going backwards today. He's only scrambled 8 times this season. Like out of 17 games, he's only scrambled 8 times when pressured. So he's one of those guys that, when really under duress, he's going to throw away the ball or he's going to take the hit. And I feel like he might be taking more hits today than people are expecting.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow, that number, you got it at 11.5 on Underdog. On Underdog, I believe it's at 8.5 or 9.5. So even more value there. You guys should
I'll take that all day. I take that all day. He might get that on 1 carry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I like that a lot. What do you think about the leading receiver in this game? Who's going to have the most receiving yards? Is Cooper Kupp just the home run pick?
Yeah, I think so, because sometimes, some of these things, again, getting back to my word comment, sometimes you don't want to overthink it, right? Because I think with Kupp, he's going to get the volume, right? He's going to get the amount of catches needed to get the yards. And then I think Chase
is plus 275. Kupp is minus 120.
Because I think we've seen with Chase so many times, right, where you can hold him down so long. Eventually, he doesn't need space. If he can catch the ball, he has a threat. So I'd say Kupp, and then I'd say Chase are my leading 2, and I think it's close.
I just don't see Jalen Ramsey as this guy that's completely taken the best player away from the other team. Debo's gotten his, Mike Evans gotten his, in recent weeks. I just don't feel like Chase is going to, Ramsey's not going to be Chase kryptonite. I just don't see that being the case today. I think Chase is in fine for a very good game. Most receiving yards is tough over Cooper Kupp, but plus 275 is damn good value. Any love for Van Jefferson or OBJ or T. Higgins for most yards? All are over plus 500.
Of the 3, I'd actually give a shot to T. Higgins. Reason being is Van Jefferson, I don't think he's going to get the yard unless he scores a 90-yard touchdown. I don't see him getting the volume needed to get the yards with the receivers in this game. Odell's not a bad play. I think Odell could do it. I think, I think he could get his. He's been doing pretty well in the Rams. Higgins, I like a lot. I think Higgins I might put after Chase. Reason being, like I said, if he's matching up with the other corners in the Rams secondary who aren't that good, right? And he's big. He's a big body receiver. Whether it's running down the field or just catching a jump ball, I think he's going to get some big plays, and I think he could flirt with 100
yards. All right. What do you got up?
Let's see. For me, on DraftKings, they got a couple different options on sacks. So there you can kind of go higher, but I think the Rams to get 2+ sacks, I think, is a good bet.
Just 2? Is it for the game?
It's an alternate one, so let me see if I can find it. I just had it here. There we go, DST props. So let's see the breakdown. They don't have that anymore. So the let's see. They had an alternate one you could bet, but they don't have it anymore.
What do you think about first sack? I think that
I see that as well.
Aaron Donald, I think, is getting plus 2.
DraftKings
Aaron Donald to record a sack is minus 192. For him to record the first sack, I think it's plus 250, which I love.
Yeah.
That was on FanDuel, but now it's not coming up. Sam Hubbard to record a sack, plus 170. Hendrick to record a sack, minus 138. I like putting both of those together, to be honest.
Yeah.
Leonard Floyd. Leonard Floyd, plus 130. There you go. There it is. Just to record one single sack. I love that.
Yeah, I could see that one. I think he's athletic enough where I think he can maybe catch Burrow outside of the pocket. Yeah.
You know what's really profitable I'm looking at right now? I'm staring hard at these interception values here. I'm going to throw some names out. You let me know which one's most likely to hit an interception. Logan Wilson, Jalen Ramsey, Taylor Rapp, Jesse Bates, Eli Apple, Eric Weddle. Of that group, who do you like to grab an interception?
Jesse Bates, he's around the ball.
Plus 580.
Eli Apple.
Plus 640. Wow.
Apple,
I mean,
he as much
tip
as
ball,
I hated
man.
on him,
just tip ball falls in your hands.
And he dropped the pick six that would have sealed the game last. He's around the ball. And I'd say those two. Ramsey, he's not a big interception guy. That's not his game. He's very physical. He knocks a lot of passes. He doesn't get a lot of interceptions.
Evan McPherson over under 7.5 points.
I take the over. That's one of the props I was going to say that I love. I started doing this in the playoffs where, all props, they pay out the same. So, the field goal kickers, don't be scared. And Evan, I think he's had at least 2 in every game. And I think he might have hit the over in those points in every game as well. And he doesn't miss. So I like the over for Evan McPherson. And there was I don't know if they still have this. There was I think there was a prop bet on DraftKings. It paid plus 1,400. It was each team has to score a touchdown and a field goal in both halves. It was like plus 1,400 or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't love that because I feel like I'll get wrecked on that by like a field goal.
Oh yeah,
missed field goal.
Oh yeah, if it's too good to be true, it is too good to be true.
Yeah, absolutely. You had Joe Burrow as a first touchdown scorer, right?
Yep, plus 3,500.
Some deep values here. Darrell Henderson's joined the conversation. He's at plus 2,000. He got called up off of injured reserve.
Yep, I saw that.
I don't like that. Like I don't know how much he's actually going to be used. I actually like Sony Michel props as well.
Yeah, I think he would only come in for injury. I think it's going to definitely be Akers and maybe a little bit of Sony Michel here and there.
Yeah, Sony Michel on Underdog was at 5.5 carries. I love that one. I'm seeing that at other places as well. FanDuel, Bet Online. So I think that's a really solid one. He's hit it 8 out of his last 9 games.
Yeah,
3 out of 4 of the games that Akers has returned in. So I feel really good about over 5.5 carries for him. I also took him over, I think, 23 rushing yards, 23.5. Feel really good about that. I80 Sports, I see you there in the Twitter chat. Appreciate you, sir. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Hope you guys have a good show today. Good showing. Get some picks, get some winners.
Yep.
Drinks, good food. You know how it goes. Let's see here. Let's jump over to some fun stuff. We've been talking about the players a little bit here. Let's go over to the Anthem specials. Let's see. Will Mickey Guyton omit a word from the national anthem? Omit. Will she miss a word?
Yes.
I
know nothing about. Yeah, I know nothing about Mickey Guyton, but that just seems like it's too easy. Like you're at the biggest stage.
A country singer? Is that right?
Yeah, something. But then I also heard like her pop up on TikTok a lot this week. They called her Quickie Mickey because they think she's going to really speed through the national anthem. So betting the under looks like it's good. So for whatever that's worth.
Okay. Will Mickey Guyton show cleavage during the national anthem? I'm going to say no, but it's paying even money pretty much.
I'd say no.
Going with the no. It's the Super Bowl. Have some class.
A little bit, right? Yeah.
No, I had that prepared for another show, and I was looking up. She performed at like I don't know, some music awards and another thing, and she was just all covered. So I was like, all right, I'll take the no. Who's going to be shown first during the anthem? Sean McVay or Zach Taylor? Who's going to have that knee mug? Who's going to have that knee mug?
McVay's at home. They're going to show McVay first.
All right. I don't care who else they're going to show first. Let's look at some commercial specials here. What NFT will be shown first during any Super Bowl? I don't know any of these. I don't know if you're familiar with NFTs, but Nouns, Bored Ape, Yacht Club, V Friends. I'm guessing that's Gary V. World of Women, Beeple, Clone X, CryptoPunks. Any picks here? Any knowledge on this?
The ape one, I think. That's the only one I've really seen.
All right, I got you. I'll go with V Friends. Both of those are paying plus money. The favorite is Nouns at minus 150. I got nothing on the NFT business. Which Anheuser-Busch brand will run a commercial first? Budweiser, Bud Light next. I don't even know what that is. I will say that. Michelob Ultra, Cutwater Spirits, Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, or Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer?
Bud Light.
I'm going to go with the Bud Light next at plus 200 because I don't know what it is. I'm assuming that they really want to, kick it off early with the reprising Bud Light next commercial. Let's take a look at halftime. Color of Snoop Dogg's shoes. Throw out a color, Emron. There's lots
Blue.
of them. I'm not going to go through them all.
Blue.
You say blue? It's plus 150 is his favorite. Is there something about his shoes?
No, it's his gang affiliation. So I figured he'd wear blue.
Okay.
He's a grip.
Eminem wearing what is Eminem wearing on his head? A hat, a hood, nothing, do-rag, bandana. I'm going hat.
Nothing.
Oh, it's gotta be the hat. It's gotta be that hat. No branded hat.
I'm going out of the box. I think I'm gonna think out of the box.
So we said Mickey Guyton wasn't going to show cleavage. Mary J. Blige show cleavage at halftime.
Oh yeah,
it's a minus 300.
Yeah,
consider it profit.
Yeah.
Mary J. type of earrings: hoops, chandeliers, or teardrops.
Hoops.
We're going with the hoops. Will any headlighting artist be smoking?
Yes.
No is paying minus 275. The books are not giving it to you. They are not giving it to you. Let's see. Oh, I don't know any of these. It's like cross sport props, turnovers in the Super Bowl versus total goal scored in Leicester versus West Ham. I got nothing there. I got nothing.
I don't know. Not a big
what
soccer
do you got?
guy.
You got any entertainment ones in front of you?
Not an entertainment ones in front of me. Let
me see if I can get one more. Rams total touchdowns in the Super Bowl or Jason Tatum total 3-point field goals made? Who has more? I'm going to go with Jason Tatum.
I think so too. I think I have the Rams probably at 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with them.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what other ones I can pull up here. Entertainment-wise, these are specials. Bitcoin price, I don't think we really give a shit about that. Michael Collinsworth, will he say the spread?
Michael Collinsworth?
Michaels or Collinsworth, sorry. Al Michaels or Chris Collinsworth.
Will they say the spread?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It says no is at minus 400. Super Bowl combined team record of 75 points be broken. Over the 75. I don't think this is it.
No.
This one's interesting. I like this. Super Bowl field goal record of 54 yards be broken. It's paying plus 210 for yes, and they're playing indoors in LA.
Yes, I think so. I could see the Bengals driving late in the first half, right before the half ends, and letting Evan McPherson take a shot. And he's got a leg, and it's indoors.
I like it. I like the over 55 paying
and Matt Gay too. He kicks there all year. He knows how to kick there. So I mean, they both have legs. So I think that could happen. You need 55, right?
Mm-hmm. Will Burrow be compared to Macaulay Culkin?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes is plus 700. Money to be made. There is money to be made. All right, the one everybody's been waiting.
I might sprinkle on that one.
It's at BetOnline AG 700 plus 700. Yeah. It's in the added props column. Color of Gatorade or liquid after the team wins.
Blue.
I'm going orange, baby. Orange for them Bengals. Let's see. How many times home field advantage is mentioned? Over, under 1.5. I love the over.
Oh yeah, God, they might hit that in the first quarter.
It's a plus 100.
Yeah.
That's an easy one. Whose name will be said first, Brady or Rodgers? I'm going Brady. It's a Super Bowl.
I'm going Brady. Yeah.
This is an odd one. Which player's name will be said first, Mahomes or Garoppolo? Well, I guess I'll go Mahomes, but Garoppolo.
Yeah, probably Mahomes. Yeah.
Like why the?
That's a weird one.
Why do they need to mention James? Is he going to be in the building? Like, COVID or Omicron? Which is mentioned first?
COVID
minus 600.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions or Jared Goff? Which is mentioned first?
Jared Goff.
Detroit Lions. The trade from the Detroit Lions. Yeah. Same thing. Ooh, what will be said first? Rodeo Drive, Beverly Hills, or 90210?
Beverly Hills.
I agree. Both are paying plus 100. Rodeo Drive and Beverly Hills. 90210 is plus 400. Far cry.
Yeah.
What will be shown first? The Hollywood Walk of Fame or the Hollywood sign?
Hollywood sign.
Hollywood sign. All right. Let's jump back over to any of the players here. You got anything you want to get pulled up?
Say it again.
Do you have any player picks you want to get back to?
Yeah. For the player picks, the couple that I like, I have a same gamer. I mean, my same gamer, I try to keep it simple, in the sense of, I think if this is going to be a productive game, I think the key players for each team score. So I had Kupp, Akers, Mixon, Odell, and Chase to score anytime touchdowns. $45 to win 1,800.
I like that.
And then the props in general. We were talking about this before the show, but first touchdown props, I just have a feeling I think we might see a quarterback sneak potentially kick off the game. So Stafford was plus 3,000 on that, and Burrow is plus 3,500. Now technically, they could also catch a touchdown pass, but I think that's very unlikely. I think the QB sneak it's an anytime touchdown.
Go with that Philly
for
special.
score. Yeah, but yeah, I think I could see either one of them, Burrow scrambling out to run it in, or Stafford doing another sneak. Burrow's plus 3,500, Stafford's plus 300. I'm sorry, plus 3,000. So I think those are good values. And the the interception ones too. Stafford's been throwing some bad passes, right? Burrow's had some bad luck with some deflections. I got picks. I think you'll definitely see a couple of picks. And I really like Evan McPherson, the over 1.5 field goals. Like he's done that in every game. He doesn't miss. 12 for 12. He's got range, so he can kick it from anywhere. So that's the one I really like.
All right. Those are pretty good. I like those. Pearson over the 1.5. Solid. Stafford over the half interception. Love that. Those first TDs, those are tough. Those are tough, but that's why the payout's so great. So banging the drum for you, knocking on wood. My same game special, I have Joe Mixon, anytime touchdown. Joe Burrow over the 1.5 passing yards. Jamar Chase over the 5.5 receptions. Sony Michel over 5.5 carries. I mentioned that before. And Van Jefferson over the 2.5 receptions. And that pays plus 550. So I don't have the money up in front of it, what I'm getting back on it, but nice little chunk of change you'll get in return for those. I think, honestly, the only one I'm worried about is maybe Chase on the catches. I feel like everything else, at least aesthetically, they all feel and look pretty good.
The hook worries me. I can see you get 5.
Yeah. Well, he's had, I think, just 8 games this season going over the 5.5. So, I mean, and that's including playoffs. So 8 and 12 for 20 games total. It's pretty tough, but I think he'll get it done. I hit it on the Chiefs game, and I feel like this is going to be a similar situation no matter what, whether they're in the driver's seat, setting the tempo, putting up points, putting up yards, or they're playing from behind and have to do it with even more aggressiveness. So I feel really good about that either way.
Real quick Underdog, one I wanted to add.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You can finish.
No, I was just going to say on Underdog, I did like a pure passing parlay. Like, I took Stafford on yards, Burrow on completions, and then, Kupp on catches and Jamar Chase on catches and yards. So I feel pretty good about those. I like a lot of passing today. I don't know. I think they could start off slow, but I feel like we're gonna get to moving the ball along with some good pace before we know it. Let's go, Rams, says Matt in the chat. Can't really hate on the Rams. Like, I'm not picking the Bengals because I'm like, oh, I hate the Rams or anything like
same.
that. Like both of these teams have just been so much fun all season long. You know, the Stafford Cup tandem to start the year, they were, you know, more than electric. You know, Cooper Kupp came just short of Calvin Johnson's record, right? Or did he break it?
Yeah, I think 30 yards, something like that. Pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, like with the same quarterback that Calvin Johnson had. Like, you know, there's so many fun narratives that they've had, you know, seeing them go all in, literally all in. Rob Woods goes down, and no big deal. We'll call OBJ. You know, oh, you know, we need an extra layer up front. You know, let's give it to let's get Von Miller in here. Stafford deserves it. Yeah, totally. Can't disagree with any of that. Can't disagree with any of that. Just rotting away in Detroit, Matt. Just rotting away in Detroit. Good on them. You know, it's kind of refreshing to see, and you know, we might see some of these type of moves from quarterbacks this offseason. You know, Aaron Rodgers' name's out there, Russell Wilson's name's out there, guys that, you know, may want to move on from their current situations and pursuing those late career Super Bowl runs. So I'm with it. I'm hoping to see the Rams pick up right where they left off next year, because I got Stafford in Dynasty, so I need him to keep this rolling. Don't die out there today, Matthew Stafford. Don't die out there today. Let's look over at the. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the one I was going to mention was the sneaky prop that I totally forgot about that I wrote down, and it's really come up and relevant in the playoffs, was Jamar Chase over 3.5 rushing yards. They've been trying that end around and in the playoffs, and it's been working. And I think I'm going to take the over on that because they're going to try different ways to neutralize that pass rush, right? If the Rams are pinning their ears back, they're going to say, okay, they're going to come at Burrow or come at Mixon, and the next thing you know is Chase could be running down the field with the ball in his hand. So I love that over, because I think they'll try that at least twice today.
I like that a lot. I think I actually did take that in one of my underdog picks.
Yeah, because I think if he turns the corner, I think he can get it.
No, that's a solid one for sure. I think that one's going to bring it home. What do you think about Uzama? He's at 27.5 on Underdog.
I'm going to go with the under because I know he's playing today, but I know he's not healthy. If he was healthy, I'd love it because he really showed himself to be a really solid tight end this year. Like, he's really good. Like, he's been really productive. He had really good games against the Chiefs and the Titans, I think, and the Raiders, honestly. All playoffs, he's been solid. But I'm just worried about how healthy he is. I like him against those Rams linebackers.
Yeah, I think that he could be on a snap count. You know what I mean? I guess that's what concerns me the most, is that he may not be given that full workload. So he is one of the unders that I do like for today. What do you think on Mixon's rushing yards? That was something we haven't covered. 63.5.
I'm going to go under. I think they'll try to run him, but I think they're going to have a little bit of resistance against that D line. I think he'll get decent carries, but I think he might come in under.
I'm gonna go over. Same yardage for Cam Akers, 63.5.
I'm gonna go under. I think I
like his under a little more.
Coming back. Yeah, I think he's been coming back. I think they've been kind of still trying to ease him in, right? Because he came back pretty quick, right, from the Achilles injury. But he's been running angry when he's been back. But I still think we're going to see a little bit of Sony Michel, which is why I think you mentioned earlier. I also like that Sony Michel prompt. I think he'll get some run. So I'll take under for Akers, actually, not just on his rushing yards, but also on his rushing attempts.
Yeah, Michel's rushing yards is actually at 19.5. So I'll take the over for Michel, and I'll take the under for Akers.
I like that.
What do you think about longest runs? Because Sony Michel's longest runs at 7.5. That feels like a smash. Akers is at 13.5. I don't feel like it's as much a smash.
I don't think so either. I think for Michel, I like it. I think if he gets those 6 carries that we think he's going to get at minimum, I think one of them he can get 8 yards.
And what do you think about longest completion for Stafford? He's at 40.5. Burrow, pretty much the same thing. He's at 39.5. I like the over for both.
I think the over for both. I think they both can get it.
Kupp, Jefferson, they've shown that they can make big plays. I mean, Jamar Chase can take anything from a 1-yard catch to 80 yards, like in a heartbeat. So I think they both have targets with, a fair amount of upside to hit those longest completion numbers. We already mentioned Samaje Perine. Some guys that I'm a little disappointed that I'm not seeing with props are, like Drew Sample. I'm not really seeing much of him. For the Ram side, not really seeing a lot of Swowenroke, Ben Swowenroke.
Yeah, I saw that name. That's the guy that dropped that touchdown against the Niners, right?
Yeah, and then Darrell Henderson, not really seeing a lot of numbers for him. Is there anything from these guys that you'd be interested in grabbing? Maybe just in any time?
Maybe in any time. Crazy things happen, broken plays, like the guy, I'm going to butcher his name, something. He was a broken, Sorenroke. He had a broken play against the Niners, right? It fell right in his hands and he dropped it. So, maybe sprinkle $5 on an anytime touchdown. The odds got to be really good on both of them.
Yeah, I like those a lot. Van Jefferson still sitting at 33.5. I really love that. Just trying to find anything else that we may have missed here. We pretty much covered everybody.
Yep.
Tyler Boyd at only 7.5 or 7.75 fantasy points seems really low. I just feel like his total body of work should go over that. That's available on Underdog.
What was that again? 7 what?
7.75 fantasy points for Tyler Boyd. I feel like his total body of work should go over that.
I think so too, because I have him going over his receptions, which was 4.5, right?
Right.
That's 5 right there if they're doing standard. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would go over that. I mean, it's just basically what you think is going to happen, right? If you're convinced and you have that conviction that he's going to get at least 5 catches, well, it's unless he does 5 catches for 5 yards, right? He's going to get that over.
Who's going to have more receiving yards, Van Jefferson or Tyler Boyd? But Van Jefferson gets an 8.5-yard bonus.
Tyler Boyd.
I don't know. I like Van Jefferson there.
Van Jefferson, I think his strength is the deep ball, right? Getting downfield. He's got to get that. I feel like Tyler Boyd, he's going to get more chances. He's going to get, I think, like I said, I think he'll get 5 or more catches.
Healthier diet.
More cracks. Yeah, and I mean, if I have 5 cracks at something versus 2.5 or 3, I'll take the 5.
Right.
Yeah.
No, makes sense. All right. Well, that's all the time that we have for y'all today. We've pretty much gone through everybody's props and our game picks. Take care. Be well. Be good. Have a happy Super Bowl. Emron, you got anything before we head out?
Who day, baby? Who they say gonna beat them Bengals? Let's go, Joe Burrow.
Who day? Man, I'm excited. I want one of those in black.
Oh yeah, if they win the Super Bowl with the money I'm putting on Joe Burrow today, I'm getting that Super Bowl jersey.
Well, the money we made in the playoffs is not enough from him already. Started giving us 3 or I guess they were favored against the Raiders, but just slightly favored.
I've been betting on him since they beat the Chiefs, man, back in the first week of January, in week 17. I've been on that bandwagon. He's been showing up, man.
All right.
He's been showing up, and I just kind of wish I had and I just been going all in on them. But yeah, it's just, I mean, why not the Bengals, man? Why not?
I mean, I got to say, as a channel, we've been pretty big, Bengal pushers for the past couple seasons since Burrow's come in. Good teams win, great teams cover. Let's go Bengals! We've been banging that drum for a while.
And amazing teams win outright as underdogs, like they do. They've done it 6 times this year, man, and I think we got number 7 today.
But what was it like to start out? I feel like his rookie season, he had I don't know, it was 7 of his first 9 games they covered or something like that.
Yeah.
Then he got hurt.
He got hurt. And and that's what I think it's just so amazing. The last thing we'll wrap up with, somebody made a comment on Twitter, which I thought was, sometimes, we forget about stuff that just happened recently, that Joe Burrow's got one of the most amazing seasons since Patrick Mahomes. And I was like, well, Lamar Jackson won MVP as, his first year as a starter. Right. So we got to, don't forget about Lamar. Lamar's amazing as well. But what Burrow's doing, right, coming after a torn ACL. And we talked about the accolades, right? First playoff game in 31 years. They never won road playoff games. He won 2. He's taking him to a Super Bowl. And he doesn't seem phased. He said it in the playoffs, this is now the expectation. There's no, we're not the underdogs. We're here. Everybody knows we're here. And, you got to be happy for us in the town like Cincinnati, right? It's a good football town, right? Mm-hmm. They earned it. They definitely earned it. Loyal fans.
He definitely seems like he's got a mature mindset, just listening to the way that, just listen to him talk in general, when he's telling young players, stay off social media, keep your workouts private, work in silence. A1 advice there for sure. I really appreciate that, JB. And then just listening to Gronk talk about oh yeah, if I'm going to play with somebody, Why not this kid?
He's going to be a Bengal next year. He's definitely going to Cincy next year. I can see it right now.
I like Cincinnati. There's a lot of opportunity there, but don't rule out the Raiders. Don't rule out Josh McDaniels and the Raiders. Think about Gronk in Vegas, man. Like Gronk in Vegas, like they go together like ham and tuna fish. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I think him coming off a season like he just had with the Bucs, right, where he's still productive, he's still a really good tight end. He's been surrounded by all those weapons, and you look at all due respect to Darren Waller, I love Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow. You want to go play with Waller and Renfrow, or do you want to go play with Burrow, Mixon, Higgins, Chase, Boyd, Uzama? Like it's it's
a fun group. It's a fun group.
It's a fun group, and it's just a group that they're all young and they're all on their rookie deals for a while. So that makes that really scary. If you could hit on that young quarterback on that rookie deal, and they don't have to pay any of these guys. They already paid Mixon. They already paid Boyd. Higgins, Chase, and Burrow don't come up for 3 or 4 years. So people complaining about the offensive line, like, if there's any viable free agents, they have all the money in the world to go after it. So they're not going anywhere anytime soon.
No, I like the Bengals as a landing spot. They have to be on the list because literally Gronk said it. He's like, hey, I'd like to play with that guy. I wouldn't mind playing with these guys. So they definitely got to be on the list. I still like the Chiefs. I feel like playing in that double tight end set with Kelsey, also fun, a lot of fun there. And I feel like that's what Gronk's all about, just having a good time, making money, not playing football. Like, dude, how much money he would make living in Vegas playing for the Raiders. Hey, Gronk, we need you to walk through our sports book today. That's it. Like, just walk through it. We're going to give you a lot of money. We're going to give you some free bets. We're going to give you some CBD. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is, like he'll have a great time there. But I like the Bengals, obviously. I like the Chiefs. I just think like getting back to that double tight end set narrative would be good for him. Another year older. I'm not saying he's like slowing down or anything like that, but another year in the league. You may not want to be the headliner. Of the tight end position. Just saying.
Yeah.
But free agency will be here before we know it.
Yeah, just like almost a month away. I do like the week later. Football's ending in mid-February. The free agency is about a month away. I think it's good.
I got this Joe Burrow rookie card. If you can't see it, it's Ohio State. Apparently, it's not worth anything. So hopefully, it will be worth more today. I don't know. Apparently, there's like a lot of these. Like it's like he's with Ohio State, and I figured like, oh, that's got to be good, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't understand trading cards, man. Like I
don't either.
A lot of money.
I randomly bought this right before the start of last season. Like, so that pack I bought was the last pack that I bought since then, and the first pack that I had bought, like, I don't know, ever in like 8, 10, 12 years. I don't fucking know. And I was like, oh shit, this guy's supposed to be good. He's wearing a jersey for a college he didn't even play for. This should be valuable. And I look at online, there's like a billion of them. So hopefully it's worth a little bit more after today.
It should, man.
It can be yours for the low price of whatever you feel it's worth. Let me know, guys. Hopefully a little bit more after the Bengals take care of business. We'll see. But fans at home, don't think that we're just, we're anti-Rams, a lot of good stuff going on with the Rams, a lot of fun things, a lot of exciting things. Just, Cinderella, it's a different story, man. It's a little bit of a different narrative.
It's nice to have that change though, right? It's different. It's, we got different.
No, Tom, teams. You mean? Is that what you,
well, and I love
elephant
Patrick
in the room.
Mahomes. And no, not just Tom, but I love Patrick Mahomes too, right? It would have been his third straight Super Bowl, right? Yeah. The parody's always good.
I appreciate parody for sure. All right, let's take off here. Hopefully everyone has a great Sunday. Happy Super Bowl Sunday, everybody. I'll be around. You'll see me on Twitter some more today, and I'll be back tomorrow with a fantasy hockey podcast. So be good, be well, take care. We'll see you.
All right. Take it easy, y'all.